Chaos Walking Synopsis. A dystopian world where there are no women and all living creatures can hear each other's thoughts in a stream of images, words, and sounds called noise. Hey guys, and welcome to my new movie review for Chaos Walking. Chaos Walking came out this year, and the duration of Chaos Walking is 49 minutes long. And the genre of Chaos Walking is an adventure sci-fi movie. And Chaos Walking is directed by Doug Liman. And Chaos Walking, the cast is as follows. First off, we have the brilliant Tom Holland himself, who plays the character of Todd, and the incredible Daisy Ridley, who plays the character of Viola. So one of the things about this movie, guys, that I wanted to talk about, and it's very, very, very dominantly in the trailer for this movie, for those of you who've seen the trailer, is the noise, like their thoughts, which is very, very interesting. Now, I just want to delve into one thing really quickly, guys. And before I get into that, for those of you who have been following my channel for any period of time, guys, I don't get spoilers in my movie reviews at all, so you will not get any spoilers from me at all. This is just my thoughts on the movie, and I take notes and I let you know exactly what I thought about the movie, and I just give you exactly my full thoughts, and I literally just came from the cinemas, so it's still fresh in my mind. One of the things that I didn't actually understand about this movie is they brought an element of something into the movie, not straight away, but like maybe midway, but then they literally don't do anything with that at all. It's just completely left alone. And you get the idea and the gist that they are on an alien planet. Like, you get the idea of that, which it doesn't even look like an alien planet. But anyway, because they keep referring to Viola's character, who played by Daisy Ridley, that she's from Earth. And they say that several times throughout the movie. I thought that they would have done something more with that aspect of the movie. Like that, it's a very, very quick sequence, but they use it with something, and it's in the trailer as well, but then that's it. Like that, literally, that's it. Another thing about this movie, guys, that I thought, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I just thought to myself several times, it's a clever annoyance. That's what I thought about in the cinema. It's a clever annoyance, and that is the noise, as in their thoughts. So when they think of something, you can see it, and they can't quiet it. But Daisy Ridley's character, Viola, doesn't have that at all. There's elements of the movie with that, where there's so much of that happening that it kind of I got over it. Now, unfortunately, I have to say this. I didn't want to say this, but I do, and I have to tell you this. That there's a sequence in this movie where they have like a lull moment in the film, and I like fully dozed off. Literally. This movie isn't a masterpiece, but it's definitely not an abomination. Like, it's really not an abomination. In fact, there's a sequence in this movie that I found really, really cool. And I mean really cool. Where Tom Holland's character is trying to start something. Okay? He's trying to start something. And then Viola, Daisy Ridley's character, comes in, and she has I'll call it a tool. She has a tool to help him start this thing, okay? And the way that she does it is really cool. I mean, really cool. Like, it is awesome. In fact, she is carrying something in her backpack earlier on in the movie, and she says to this guy played by one of the Jonas brothers, which I'm not even kidding you. I'll get to that in a minute. Oh man. Oh. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. Where she says to him, "Hey, don't touch that. You don't know what that does." And then what happens to that is really, really cool. Honestly, I love the visual effects behind that, and I was like, "Oh, yep. I really, really ate that up." So there are several elements to this movie. Now, for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, one of the things that I find, in my personal opinion, that needs to be a foundation in a movie like this is character chemistry. Really. The storyline in this, it's not amazing. Like, it's not like, "Oh man, this story is awesome," but it's not bad. Like, it's not bad. Like, it really isn't. However, the character chemistry between Viola and Todd is awesome. I mean, is really, really awesome. I really, really liked it. I mean, I really liked it. Like, seriously. To the point where I actually found that the more on-screen presence that they had, the better that this movie flowed. And I really appreciated every element of that to what they brought to the table. To the point where they're walking through, not a swamp. I don't think it's a swamp, but it's kind of like a swamp. They're just walking through a water scene. And Todd does something physically, and his thoughts say something, and then Daisy Ridley's character responds to that, and that was really, really funny. That was a very laugh out loud moment. So, those of you who have been following me on the channel for any period of time, I've actually got some trivia to talk about a scene that happened in this movie. And when you get to the trivia of this review, you'll know exactly what I was talking about. And it's actually to do with a fight sequence between Tom Holland, and it was actually a stunt double that actually did it to him. And I actually, in the movie, I think I know exactly where it was that happened. And I don't know if they so much kept it in the film, but I think that is what it was from. But I thought that was really crazy. And being an actor, sometimes you slip up, I guess. Do you know what I mean? And so when you see that, you're like, "Oh, yeah, okay." Knowing the trivia, knowing that happened, you see it happen, you're like, "Oh, wow, that sucks." Like, wow, that actually really happened. So, yeah, poor guy. There is this scene where Viola and Todd have to go somewhere else. Okay? They have to go somewhere else. And I'm going to call it the decoy scene, because that's exactly what it was. That was so well executed, because when you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you who have seen the movie, the decoy scene, seriously, that was awesome. I really, really, really loved how they did that. It was just clever. It was creative. And it really, really, as an audience member, made me go, "Oh," like I literally was like, "Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that was cool." It was just so well done. And the execution of that, and then obviously following that, was, yeah, just more amazing stuff. Honestly, the decoy scene was incredible. There's things in movies that I can tolerate, and things that really physically make me sick. And what Aaron's character in this movie does to the dog, I'm not spoiling anything, guys. I'm not going to tell you anything. It messed me up. Just the way it happened was like, yeah, that is so brutal. Just thinking back on that scene, that was not cool at all. That really, really just made, that was, I can't even talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. But when you get to that part of the movie, guys, that's all I'm just going to say. Brace yourselves, because that was hardcore. And his character in it, he does something later in the movie, and oh man, oh, it's brutal. Like, it is brutal. It just, yeah, it's creepy. It's really creepy. So this is the thing that I was talking about earlier, guys, about Nick Jonas. Wow. Take him out of the movie completely, and the movie doesn't change. Oh, his character sucked. Oh my gosh, his character sucked in this movie. Seriously. Davies Princess Jr., who's, the son of one of the guys. Oh man. Oh, wow. Wow. He sucked in this movie. Literally. Thankfully, his role is so small, it's almost completely insignificant. Literally. But his role in this movie, he was crap. And I mean, he was crap. For real crap. Oh my gosh. Seriously. So anyway, guys, honestly, for those of you who have been following my channel for any period of time, I ask this question to my audience. I ask this question to my audience every time. Does chaos walking have in its core element the essential thing that film needs to be filmed? For us as audience members to want to even go back days, months, weeks, years later, centuries, and re-watch it because it needs it in its core elements or essential thing in its DNA, which I like to call, and those of you who have been following me for any period of time knows exactly what I'm about to say right here. In 3, 2, 1. Guys, rewatchability. Does chaos walking have rewatchability? Seriously. And that, I say to you guys, seriously, I could rewatch it. I could rewatch this movie. I'm not in a hurry to go out and see it again. It's not that amazing, but it's good. They did well with this film. Like, seriously, it's really good. The acting is on point. The star, they carry the weight of the film, and their character chemistry really, really works. And the storyline was really well done. And obviously, it's going to be another movie. Now, unfortunately, I personally didn't stay around to see if there was an end credit scene, and there could have possibly been one, but I didn't stay around to find out. And I was just like, yeah, okay, cool. I've seen enough. I wasn't like, oh man, this movie is incredible. It was good. It just wasn't epic. Do you know what I mean? So for those of you who've been following my channel for any period of time, you guys know that I love to give you guys trivia at the end of my movie reviews, just to sum it all up, just to be literally icing on the cake. Because in my personal opinion, trivia in a movie review is exactly that, icing on a cake. So guys, it's trivia time. Tom Holland, notoriously boyish looking for his actual mid-20s age, was asked to grow as much facial hair as he could for his role. In the span of 5 weeks, all he could grow was a thin striped goatee that is barely a soul patch. During the first week of filming, Tom Holland broke his nose after getting punched in the face by a stuntman during a fight scene. On the last day of filming, Tom Holland passed out and became unconscious on camera while performing a scene where he had to hold his breath underwater. Principal photography took place in Montreal, Quebec, from the 7th of August 2017 to the 8th of November 2017. Reshoots took place from the 17th of April 2019 to the 6th of May 2019 in Atlanta, Georgia. Tom Holland had his wisdom teeth pulled out and was bedridden for 4 days during filming. Tom Holland had an uncredited role in a Monsters Call, another film based on a book by Patrick Ness. Holland occasionally filled in for Liam Neeson on set. The first book in the Chaos Walking trilogy is called The Knife of Never Letting Go and is the winner of the Guardian Children's Fiction Prize Award. The film required extensive reshoots during April 2019, reportedly at the cost of $15 million. Director Vida Alvarez worked with Doug Liam on the reshoots. In the book series, Todd and Viola are supposed to be in their early teens, but in reality, the main actors are in their early to mid-20s. Subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and leave a thumbs up on this review. And don't forget, guys, who's bringing this review for Chaos Walking. This is Superman Steve, appreciating you guys always and loving your time. Flying out!